Let's go.
Watercooler. Watercooler. Watercooler.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode number 297. Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 21. Thank you so much.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxam, on a kick it with my Corolla Digital buds, like Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hey, Gary. Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
And hey, Matt. And Mike Dawson.
Aloha.
Aloha. Kalen Bean is not here today. He has 2 kids. And so he's having. So he's actually going to be coming in for just once a week for a little bit.
So what you are saying is we are now withholding both outros and Kalen for only Patreon.
I'm not saying that exactly. But
I'm saying
Am I be Kalen only on Patreon?
Am I heavily implying it? Yes. Well, Kalen had to pick a day where he could come in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we record typically Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Thursdays work better for him. So he's picking.
All right.
He picked Thursdays for now. We'll see how it goes. But so yeah, if you really want Kalen, did we just lose all our listeners? I feel like everyone just turned us off now. They found out Kalen's not.
No.
They're all rushing to patreon.com/watercooler to get some Kalen.
Oh, okay, that's what you have to
Duh.
do.
I mean,
Thank
clearly.
you, Eric. Well, yeah, so Kalen will be here later this week to flick some beam. Don't worry, we still got a Shay, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I just got back from Minneapolis. Thanks to we had a lot of Bobo Boys in Minneapolis.
What up, MSP?
So funny when people bark at me in Minneapolis.
That's amazing.
Or I mean, just like at comedy clubs. Like I'm just walking around because I'm running around. I am doing a lot of work because
MSP?
Yeah, that's the airport code.
yeah,
Is it?
yeah. So
I booked a lot of flights.
it's
lately.
Minneapolis Standard
There you go.
Protocol. And so
I feel like when I see Minneapolis written in short speak, though, it's like MNPLS.
It's because it.
MPLS.
MPLS, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
But MSP is the airport abbreviation.
No, that makes sense.
MPLS is the street abbreviation.
And MLS is Major League Soccer.
Yes.
Coincidence?
I don't think so.
LSD is a psychedelic.
Again.
Are we uncovering something that's that shouldn't be uncovered with all these initials?
They're keeping LSD in the basement of MSP.
Yeah, I don't think anybody just put
MLPS.
these things together.
Oh, my God.
Guys, I got to tell you about the Denver airport.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we'll save that for a News Nook.
Oh, I should write that down.
Yeah.
There's a
Anyway,
military installation built low beneath the ground.
that's exactly
to
right.
escape a nuclear holocaust.
Oh, no. Well, for the lizard people around the world and stuff.
It's the lizard people, and if the president needs to hide, that's a good place.
Tell
to
me
hide.
more about these lizard people.
Oh, Dawson. All I'm gonna say is look into it.
Okay.
Listen, if you guys want, I can totally do a News Nook exclusive on this. Give me a couple days to figure it out.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, let's do a Newsnick exclusive.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about the horse.
The
Part
horse.
of the
Yep.
Rob Lewis book, The Pact, takes place in this Denver basement.
And
Yeah.
he can probably tell you some stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Be careful, because a lot of people who find that stuff out disappear.
Ooh.
Or they just go live down there because maybe it's really nice, and
Probably pretty
they're
nice.
aware of it.
They have a pool.
Very exclusive. It's like Club 33.
Maybe that's
Very
where
exclusive.
Kalen is.
Or Insomniac, maybe.
Ooh.
We haven't seen him in a while, and and we know he likes to party in Denver. All right. Well, anyway, so during the ACS shows or the Corolla shows and the stand up, I do a lot of running around because typically when Adam would travel for live podcasts, it would be Adam. He'd bring the whole crew out, me, Dawson, Gary, whomever, and we'd have a whole team. Now it's just me, and I'm the sound guy. I'm the videographer. I am the
Fluffer.
the fluffer. Yes. Which, by the way, always were the worst possible time.
Yeah, right when you're trying to do sound check.
Yeah.
The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
I'm all that. I'm doing all that. So it's just like I'm running around with my head cut off, and then someone just goes, "Woo-hoo."
Oh, that's a good feeling.
and I
though.
like stop, like, cool, like that. That's
Yeah.
really nice. So
It centers you.
Yeah, so thanks to all the Bobo Boys out in Minneapolis. Had a great time. Let's see, we talked about this on the Corolla show. We went to that sausage place, Kramer Chuck's. Mm-hmm. Great sausage. Matt's
is
been
great.
there.
Yep.
Probably the best Eastern European food I've ever had.
It's like a giant buffet
Yeah.
of all of the hits that you hear Adam talk about.
and they're solid. It actually tastes a lot better than it looks, too.
Oh, for sure. It's probably one of the biggest differences between how it looks versus how it tastes.
They don't care about presentation.
They
over
really
there.
don't.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, it's cafeteria style. You literally walk in, you pick up one of those plastic brown trays, and you just slide it across.
Is that the kind of place that they were eating in Fargo?
Think like Animal House cafeteria.
Yeah,
that mashed
it's
potato
cafeteria.
scene. That's what it looks like.
And it sucks to do that because you don't know what you're about. Like, you're sliding over. Like, what else do they have here? Like, I don't want to fill up all the way at the front.
Right.
Yeah.
You got real estate on that plate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did the wide shot. I did the...
You got to do a lap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to do a lap.
I did the lap.
You got to when you do the lap, you got to look like you're not trying to cut in line. You know what I mean? You don't want people to get the wrong idea. So you got to stand back a little bit, keep your arms folded, show them you don't have a tray or anything, but you just want to know.
That is exactly right, Matt. I social distance, just not for health reasons, but for just social reasons. Like I just wanted to make sure, like, hey, I'm not in your space. I'm not online. I am just hovering. I'm a crow. Mm-hmm. I'm hovering above, just scoping it out.
Just up on the tippy toes.
Yeah, it's up on the tippy toes. Yes, Gary.
I was laughing at Matt. How am I the asshole there?
Anyway, it was awesome, incredible food. But the thing was, I was already full when we got there because I went out and got myself lunch right before that. So I had a pre-lunch before that lunch. So Adam and August were talking about Crammer Chuck's. Dude, this is the place we got to go. We got invited to go to like some guy's barbecue house that he started. Like the owner came out to one of the shows and like, you got to come get my barbecue. And 9 times out of 10, we would do that. But this is the one time where Adam and August just had their sights set on this Eastern European sausage with the goulash and, all the stuff that they love. And I love that too. But everybody, including the locals, told me I need to try something called a Juicy Lucy.
Sounds good.
Does it?
It does. It does. It sounds like some kind of beef sandwich that drips with gravy.
Well, that's what it might sound like to you. To me, it makes me wonder if you were being invited to a brothel.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think if I'm like, dude, you gotta try the Juicy Lucy?
Yeah, I'm going to say stop talking about your sex life, Chris.
Well, the place was called Matt's Bar. So you got to go to Matt's and try the Juicy Lucy.
Okay.
Is
don't know how I
what
feel about
everybody
that.
kept saying to me.
She just hangs out there, or
Go
what?
to Matt's,
I like
try the
this.
Juicy Lucy. And so
You calling my wife?
so
Dare you, sir?
I get an Uber out to Matt's, and it's kind of out. It's still like downtowny, but it's away from a lot of the city. It's more in a residential area. And I go into this. It's a dive bar. It's tiny, but the place is kind of packed already. And it's only been open for about 30 minutes when I got there. And I walk in, and there's a grill about the size of, it's like 4 feet by 2 feet. It's tiny. And there's just one guy working it, and the only thing on the grill, burger patties. And he's just throwing them on. If there's any space left, he just puts one on because he knows they're just gonna turn. This place only really has burgers, and everyone's there for the Juicy Lucy. The Juicy Lucy is 2 burger patties that are cooked together, but in between them is the cheese.
Love it.
Melted cheese.
Oh, a cheeseburger.
Wow.
It's a cheeseburger, but
inside-out cheeseburger.
But it's an inside-out cheeseburger. So it's not a slice of cheese on top of your patties. This is gooey, melty cheese inside, to where when you take a bite out of this thing, it just like slides out. It's as if it was cheese gravy.
Yeah.
And like they give it to you. There's no plates. They just give it to you, and they're just like, "Don't take
no plates, no napkins,
no.
nothing.
Oh, they have napkins.
Okay.
They even had a sign that says, "Sorry, we don't have plates because we spent all the money on napkins." And they just get, the lady just hands it to you.
Like they probably could work that one out as a business expense.
They probably could.
Well, it's part of the charm. So you just unwrap the paper, and that's your plate.
Is there a bun? Are there other toppings on it?
Bun, pickles, sauce, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and I got onions too because they asked if you want onions. And yeah, you got a grill. I want onions on there.
Yeah, of course.
And I took a bite, and all the cheese just oozes out the second you take a bite.
Is it too hot or is it the right temp?
It was just the right temp, which was hot.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was just like they warn you like don't take a big bite out of this. Just take small bites, and it was perfect. And I mean, and they have a big picture of like
they should
Obama
have the instructions
with all the
printed on
staff.
the thing that make you use as a plate on that piece of paper.
No, there wasn't paper. They verbally told me.
tell you.
Yeah, they verbally told me. I didn't have to read anything about it.
Okay.
And
I wonder
so
if they got sued before.
maybe. So I had the Juicy Lucy, and then I went and got some sausage with Adam.
Man, that's a lot of food.
It was a lot of food and totally worth it. So thank you, Minneapolis. And then, and then we got back to the hotel at like 12:30 a.m. and the fire alarm's just going off, and it was rough because some kids wanted to smoke some ganja in the hallway.
Why couldn't they? I don't understand why the hotel staff couldn't turn it off.
the fire department had to get there. They had, like enter a code in the alarm room.
Sometimes those things are like in the wall, man.
Yeah. Like they couldn't. The staff was just like
they should be able to call them and be like, it was just weed smokers.
Yeah, the staff looks so defeated. Like the fire department had to come. They're like, we can't turn it off. The fire department has to do it. So the fire department came and they had to go inside this like this room in the back and turn it off. And like I went upstairs to get beers because I was so over it. My head was ringing. I put in my earplugs, my Ultimate ears, just to like because I couldn't take it anymore. It was just so high pitched, and it was either that or be outside in the pouring, stormy rain.
Right, you couldn't even like go for a walk or something.
Yeah, so I chose to be inside just because I was already soaking wet and I was over the rain, and then and I got a couple beers, and the halls just reeked of weed, and
leave those kids alone. Let them have their fun, Chris.
I brought have a good time.
Don't
Chris.
be uptight.
It was so late. Everybody had to evacuate their rooms. Everyone's in their PJs like, what just happened? It's 1 a.m. Thing was going off for like 45 minutes. Ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine those kids. They're sitting there getting high off their ass, and all of a sudden the fucking fire alarm's going off.
That's the worst nightmare.
They didn't have a good night either.
Yeah. They deserve it, though.
They do.
They deserve it, yeah. Well, anyway.
You gotta know to use. Well, figure it out.
What?
There are ways to smoke in a hotel if you absolutely must.
Gina told, I think, was she the one that said, because
you put a fabric softener around a toilet paper roll.
Yeah. The dryer sheet just in a toilet paper roll, you blow into that. I've seen that done.
Yeah.
Make sure you've taken all the toilet paper off of the roll, though.
Why? I think that would help. I think the toilet paper would help.
Yeah,
no?
See, my experience with that is that just masks the smell.
Right.
And not the smoke.
Yeah.
So what is the way, Gary? Or what have you heard?
I've seen a lot over the years. I've seen a lot of different methods, and you just combine the best two or three.
You
the number one method is smoke in the bathroom.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Turn
Why
the
am I
fan
asking
on.
Gary? Dawson,
Turn
what
the
is
fan
it?
on if you really need to. Turn on the hot water so that the room gets steamy. And it works. Just smoke in the bathroom. There are no smoke alarms in the bathroom.
Chris is taking notes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, smoke, steamy, shower. And, well, anyway, so that was the issue, and we ended up getting first flight back. Got in the Uber on the way home, and I got like,
did you have to go to LAX and then go to that lot?
It's the worst. I do it every time. That Laxit, it's their version. This is what LAX says if you want an Uber. You have to take a shuttle to their Uber area. And I travel with a lot of bags. It's annoying. And
yeah, you can't walk. I've walked it before with just a backpack.
Yeah, you can't walk. You got to take the shuttle.
Yeah.
And it's annoying having to load all my bags because it's a two-tripper to load it into the bus. So I get in with my first rack of bags and I put them down. And the bus driver's like, okay, I think everyone's in. I'm going to close it. I'm like, no! I got more bags outside. Hold on. I have to stop the whole thing to get more bags. And then we have to shuttle all the way out. And there are a couple of stops in front of us too. And then we shuttle all the way out to their Uber area, and then you order the Uber out there. Well, actually, I got Lyft. By the way, Lyft is way cheaper than Uber right now. Uber is insane.
Really?
Just as far as their upcharges and everything, they're like always 2 or 3 times. And I've been using Lyft lately, and it's about half the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used Lyft to get home, and then I get harassed by all these emails, like and alerts, and it said, what did it say? It said, hey, it says you received health safety feedback. Look at this, Gary.
Yeah, that's aggressive. All from Lyft.
And it says, hey, Chris, please wear a face mask. There may have been an issue with your recent ride. We've been told you weren't wearing a face mask, wore it incorrectly, or temporarily removed it during your ride. Did not happen. Not once. It was on me the entire time.
Wow.
So I'm like,
really?
what is going on? And why did I get 5 emails within the span of 5 minutes saying the exact same thing? I wonder if it's an error. And now I'm worried that...
Are you still in the Lyft at this point?
No. I'm already home. I've tipped the guy, and I'm now just back to my regular life. And then I just get ding, 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 all these emails. And it's saying, yeah. And I was like, I had my mask on the whole time. Why am I getting this?
That's just what someone not wearing a mask
It is. It really is. But so I'm a little upset about that.
That's fucked up, dude.
And it says learn more. I click and it's just like, this is why you got to wear a mask. And I don't know like what to do. Like, did my Lyft rating get?
Have you checked it?
I don't know. I didn't know.
He's too afraid.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I'm too afraid. I don't want to do it. But anyway, it's annoying me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had it on the whole time.
Welcome to the New World Order, bro.
This is insane.
Demand a picture.
Yeah. How does he?
Show me a picture of me without my mask on. Go ahead, show me.
Does he have proof? Because I definitely did it anyway. And but that's not the most upsetting thing that happened to me this weekend.
Really?
Just shit your pants again.
I think he may have.
No, but I did post a picture of the Juicy Lucy, and I got a lot of people like, "Don't shit your pants, bro." Yeah, that's my new life. Oh, the barbecue. Everyone's wants to talk about my shitting my pants. Is that my highlight?
Sorry,
is
dude,
that
I'm
my?
sorry.
Is that my? Oh, why are you?
That was low hanging fruit.
It is, but it seems to be the only fruit that people are getting from me these days.
Hey, if that's the worst they got, then bring it.
Yeah, bring it. Anyway, I got a lot more upset later that day, so I'm exhausted, and Jen's really excited to see me when I get home, but she's like, "Look, I love when you get home because we haven't seen each other for a while. We get to hang, but all you want to do is sleep," which is totally true. Because as we said, I didn't go to sleep. I went to bed at like 1:30 when the alarm went off, and then I had to be at the lobby at 6:30 Central. So this is 4:30 Pacific, and I've been up since then, and so all I want to do is sleep. But I'm powering through it because I want Jen to know that, hey, I'm here. I'm good. Let's hang. Let's be with each other. Let's enjoy our time together. I'm happy to do this because I haven't had a day off in probably 4.5, 5 weeks. So it's rough, like finding time to spend with each other. So it's important to us. So we're watching TV. I didn't make it. I pass out for a little bit. And then I kind of wake up and I realize that I passed out. Kind of like when you're like, oh shit, I'm late. I'm like, oh my God, I passed out. And I woke up. I'm like, what's happening? And Jen's watching a different show already.
You got busted.
I got busted. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, but she's cool. She's like, hey, I saw how tired you were. It's all right. You don't have to do this. I'm like, I know, but I want to. Anyway, she puts on a movie. She's watching a movie. And it kind of just started, so I'm into it. What are we watching? He's All That. The gender swap remake of She's All That, which I just watched She's All That not that long ago.
So you were prepped.
I'm ready.
You knew
Let's go.
All the background.
I love She's All That. I know it's not like the best rated movie or whatever, but it had a special
Recently
place in my heart.
featured in a Rotten Tomatoes game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So He's All That. Watched it.
It's got the kid from Cobra Kai in it.
Yeah, it does. I thought she was watching Cobra Kai. I'm like, are we watching Cobra Kai? Did I finally get Jen to watch Cobra Kai, which I think she'd love?
She hasn't watched that?
No, she's like, she thinks it's going to be lame, and she's like,
she's
watched it while she's watched me watching it, and she just passes by, and she just sees a bunch of kids in high school doing karate. And it's like, oh, this is lame.
Tell her to talk to
It's pretty accurate, but
I know. I'm like, no,
great,
Jen, this is more of a like high school drama a la Degrassi or Riverdale or something with just some karate sprinkled in.
Yeah, bonus.
So I'm trying to get her to watch it. So I'm thinking she's watching Cobra Kai. It's not. It's She's All That. He's All That. Excuse me. And I've been really wanting to watch this because I know Rachel Lee Cook is in it. The original.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Matthew Lillard in it.
Everyone to come back.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Not Freddie?
Not everyone. Well, I mean,
Not Freddie. It's really just them two.
Not Freddie.
Which was enough
not
for
Paul
me.
Walker.
Oh, Gary.
Gary. Thanks for remembering that.
Well, I'm just saying,
Really? Paul Walker's brother
there's
didn't
some
play him
people
as
missing.
CGI? It's his last role.
I'm shocked. They couldn't get him back for that
Yeah,
one.
sorry, Matt. Sorry you had
That's
to
why
find
I
out.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Sorry you had to find out here.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I'm watching He's All That, and I can't. It is the most unflickable hot piece of dog shit that I have ever seen. It's
Really?
like, what is going on? And I've talked about this before, where it took me a while to get used to texting as being a plot point, like a plot device, to where people text and the images just come up, and I thought, oh, that's just a little too new. Now I'm used to it, and it's fine with me. But now in this one, it's all like TikTok is a plot device.
Oh, no.
And they're making TikTok videos and stuff like that. And just these characters are so unbelievable and insane.
Is it unbelievable or just totally a different world than what you know?
That's where I'm kind of that's what I'm wrestling with now. Because it's unbelievable to me. Like, these people do not exist. There's no fucking way these people exist. Or it could just be, look, I'm an old man. This is what old people thought when they watched She's All That. Like, oh, these people are crazy. And I could see that. Like, when I watch She's All That again, as Dawson knows because he's seen it a bunch of times, like, these characters,
my favorite movie.
These characters are kind of unbelievable. And so I'm just watching, like, what is going on? How did this get made? And I look up I do some research on it. I look up. Directed by Mark Waters. Do you know what Mark Waters directed?
No.
No.
Other than He's All That?
Well, could have told you he directed He's All That. Thanks, Chris.
Good qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I should toss that in there. He directed Mean Girls.
What?
Yeah. Awesome.
Has he directed anything in between?
Freaky Friday.
Claws are master.
And a couple other things like the Chronicles of Riddick and stuff like that. But,
Okay.
but
So
Mean
the
Girls.
second half of the
Mean,
curve.
Mean Girls is all you really need
Sure.
on your CV
Yeah.
to show that you
but
know
Mean
what
Girls,
you're
to
doing.
be fair, is really Tina Fey.
Thank you. I was going to
Exactly.
say.
You know?
It's written by Tina Fey.
So who wrote this?
He's All That, written by R. Lee Fleming Jr. You know what he's written? Other than He's All That?
Goosebumps.
Is this a Kalen type thing? Is this Arlie Ermy Jr.?
No, R. Lee Fleming Jr. also wrote She's All That. He does not have a wiki. He wrote both those movies. And I'm thinking, how did this happen? How is this the
Wow.
same freaking writer? And then I dove even deeper. And I've talked about this before.
It's fake name.
I don't think R. Lee Fleming actually wrote She's All That.
This is a
He's
fake name.
credited. It's not. I don't. It could be a fake name.
Yeah.
But the person who actually claims he wrote She's All That, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not kidding. He says he ghost wrote it, and then it's Dawson. What?
So you're
man.
saying that M.
Story's
Night
getting-
Shyamalan wrote He's All That.
He ghost
under
wrote
a
it.
ghostwriter.
Yeah,
under a pen name.
Yeah, he ghost wrote it, and he said, "Look," and he's gone on an interview saying, "I wrote that movie." And
This one as well.
no, not this one. I don't think Arlie.
But it's credited
Arlie
to the same person.
It is credited, but I think Arlie Fleming Jr. is the same guy. He just took credit for the first one, and then he's like, "Let me write the next one," and
Wait.
it's a hot piece of dog shit because it wasn't written by M. Night.
Is it?
So wait,
Oh, boy.
in Chris's scenario, there was an identity theft where somebody came in and went, "I am this made up person."
It's not a
And-
made up person. Arlie Fleming is a real dude who took credit for M. Night's work, and then he actually wrote He's All That, and we realized that he's a dog shit writer, and we need M. Night to write the third one.
The third one.
They're all
Where
right.
did
We need a redemption
Where did this
movie.
third one come from?
We
After
need-
you said this one, the second one is complete shit.
Okay, Chris. What's the name? R. Period.
Yeah,
Lee.
Fleming.
Okay.
Jr.
M. Period. Night. Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Oh,
Okay. If he is saying M. Night Shyamalan is saying I wrote that movie, he very likely selected a pen name because he didn't want to have that movie associated with all of the thrillers that he would later be known for.
But little did he know that R. Lee Fleming Jr. would
Was
just
a real
come out of
person.
nowhere and be like, "Hey, dude, I got a credit on this.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's write another."
Very possibly M. Night Shyamalan may have written this sequel. We know based on that Unbreakable and then Glass, he's interested in revisiting older work. But like before, he doesn't want people to know that he wrote that because people are going to be like, "Oh, but there's a twist to it" or whatever, and it's not his kind of movie.
Well, maybe that is the twist, is that the first one was super good and the second one is hot dog shit.
Yeah.
That's
his
his
twist.
twist.
That's a pretty
That's
good
the Shyamalan
Yeah.
twist.
And 5 years from now, he's going to be like, "I tricked you all into seeing that piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
It was a 30-year ruse."
yeah.
And you're saying that person doesn't have an IMDb or a real page.
He didn't have a
right?
wiki. I didn't check his
All right,
IMDb.
this is amazing.
I mean,
I think you're onto something, Chris. I mean, your theory of what you came onto is bizarre.
Yeah, be
But I
careful
think
what-
you were in the realm of something
Yeah.
pretty awesome here.
I would play all this pretty close to the vest. People have disappeared for less underneath the Denver airport.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I
Matt,
just did my own
this
news
is-
notes.
Write
This
it
is
down.
delicate.
Disappearances.
Yeah, M. Night and the She's All That mystery.
the all that conspiracy.
Yeah, it's just turning into a fucking Mad Libs.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Anyway, and by the way, Matthew Lillard and Rachel Lee Cook don't even play their roles. They're different characters.
Really?
Yes.
Add it to all that gate.
All that gate.
Yep.
While we're at it, we should talk about the All That variety show on Nickelodeon too.
Sure.
Because
I'm sure Dawson has tons of Nickelodeon memories that he could share with us.
We do a new segment, Nick at Mike.
Nope.
Look at my-
good.
Ooh, I
Want
like
to talk
it.
about getting high and watching Barney? I'll be into that all day.
Das.
Let's just get high and watch Barney.
Before we get into comments, how was your trip, man?
That was good.
What'd
it was
you do?
A whirlwind. Got into
Windy City.
It was a whirlwindy city.
Hey.
Got into Chicago like 5 Midway. Nice airport.
Yes.
Real easy to get in and out of.
It is the Burbank of Chicago.
Highly recommend.
What is it called?
Midway.
Midway.
What up,
we always go to.
MDW?
We always go to O'Hare, right?
Yeah.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't want that one.
But Burbank to Midway, not bad. And then Jordan picked me up at the airport.
Jordan Harbinger?
Jordan Anderson.
Matt, don't be stupid. He's in Chicago. It was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. Michael
Jordan.
Jordan picked me up.
Jordan Harbinger's the first Jordan.
Yeah. 23. And we went to Portillo's.
Portillo's.
It's Portillo's.
Portillo's,
Oh.
yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
To
The California
get a,
version is Portillo's.
Yeah, in
To
the
get an
Midwest,
Italian beef.
they don't play that.
Italian beef?
Had better. Not bad.
You've had better? I thought
I've
that
had
was.
better.
I've gone there. I've gone to one in. I think it was in Florida.
But here's the thing, Chris. I think that place, depending on the location, rests a little bit on the fact that everyone says that's the best.
Everyone goes there,
Right.
and there's the people who are making it are not. If you go to a smaller mom and pop place, which is and you get one there, they actually give a shit about this sandwich, and they're handing you this.
Right.
This is our Italian beef.
Like Langer's.
It was
One
good.
location.
It was good. And I got a Chicagoan dog, and that was damn good.
Yeah, those are my favorite hot dogs.
That's pickles and tomatoes.
Like a bright green relish, onion salt or something. I forget what it is.
It
Sesame
was
seed.
damn
one
good.
of those like onion buns, or
I
does
think
it
it's
matter what
might
bun
be a
it is?
sesame
It's a
seed.
poppy
bun.
seed.
Poppy seed.
bun?
It's a
Poppy
poppy
seed
bun.
bun, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I went to a bar named Fatty's and drank and shut that down.
Shut it down. What time did they shut down?
Oh, last call was like around 12:30.
Okay. Oh, I thought they had like a later night.
That's
The-
what I
the
asked.
city
I
goes
asked.
till, like,
yeah,
3
city goes till 4
or 4.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I did ask what time last call was.
I remember, Dawson, one trip you and I went to Chicago, and we got done around 1 and asked what last call was. And they said 4, and we both audibly cheered.
So we had just finished work and we wanted to drink for a while.
Yeah, we had been working for a hot minute and
Yeah.
traveling, and we just like, somewhere we can get food and a drink. What do you think we got? Like 25 more minutes left? And they were
That's
like,
how it goes, yeah.
4 o'clock. We're like, oh.
Sweet. And I stayed at a Red Roof Inn.
Nice.
Real nice. Cornfields everywhere. We were in a city called DeKalb, Illinois. And they had a corn festival that weekend. And so the next day, I went up on the little stage outdoor to play. I played outdoors. Temperature was about 80-something, and the humidity was about 80-something. And I was wearing jeans and boots.
Gross.
That's gross.
That's gross before you start playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sloshy set.
and
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy. And I started out this set by get into the microphone and say, hey, any of you guys go out to the Corn Fest this weekend, the Corn Festival? And a couple of people are like, yeah. I really think that your city planners missed a naming opportunity here. You should have called it, instead of the Corn Festival, should have called it Corn on DeKalb.
Oh, that's
I
good.
love that.
There you go.
I love that.
And that made some people laugh. And then I'm like, my name is Mike. I'm going to play some songs.
Good. Break the ice.
Good opener.
Went like an hour and 45. I played every song I know, and even songs that I only know half of anymore.
That must have been a strange set to play.
Played for an hour 45, then took about a 20-minute break, then played another 30 or 40.
That's pretty impressive, dude.
It was
Yeah.
a lot.
Do you have a lyric thing in front of you or anything, or is this all
I had a
memory?
couple of cheat sheets and one old set list from a month ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like going off of that. And then I'm like, I asked Jordan, I said, can you go to my bag over there and grab my first CD and just throw it to me? Like, what else did I?
Oh, funny.
Like, I had to pull out my fucking glasses to read the songs on the CD. Like, oh, okay, I'll play this one. I haven't played this in about 15 years, so this is probably going to be really bad. And it wasn't bad. And I think we had a very friendly, forgiving crowd. Probably about 40 people out there. We brought
that's
15
amazing.
of them.
That's great,
Yes.
man.
It was good. And I met some super fucking cool people and re-met some cool people. Katie Lesniewski was there.
Wow, really heard that.
And
Yeah.
and she let me know. She said, just so you know, it's like Leshensky. I'm like, oh, okay. She's
I don't
like, no,
that.
but I like the way you say it.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't think she pronounces her last name right.
But everybody was super cool, and it was just like being amongst friends.
Yeah.
And then me and Eric and Katie and Jordan went back to another bar, probably back to Fatty's.
Probably?
By this time. Oh, no. The whole bus came back to another bar where they gave us a private patio.
Oh, great.
And we got to hang out there, and I had done an edit of a music video on the airplane on my way out there. And I'm like, hey, I'll show this to you guys. And then I played a song that would get me too'd if I ever released it.
What's it called?
It's called The Ballad of the Dumbest Girl I Ever Met.
What's the line?
Yeah, give us like the
She
the
tells me
line
the same
in the
damn
article.
story all night long. I want to die. I think she thinks she knows it all, and I can't figure why.
I like that.
Yeah, well, it gets worse.
How? How so?
Yeah. Well, you'll just have to get tickets to the next bus crawl,
Oh, okay.
and I'll play it for you then.
Maybe we could do it on patreon.com/watercooler.
I've played you the song before, Chris. You've heard it.
Okay. And I want to hear it again. A cappella. And then just you speaking.
Right.
Oh, you're scared of a claw.
All right. Well, anyway, dude, I'm so glad that you got to do that and you had that much fun.
It went
Sounds
great.
like everyone's cool.
And but man, it takes a while to recover. I'm still exhausted. Slept 10 hours last night, but I'm dying.
Man. That was it. You were in and out. So, all right. Well, you guys want to do some comments?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Claw chooses who will go and who will stay.
So that was a pre-claw for next. I pressed the wrong button.
Now it's time for listener
All right. It's that time again. These are all comments and
Chris!
fan mail found on our Facebook group. So if anybody posts on our Facebook group, we like to pull some of our favorites. And if anybody wants to join our Facebook group, it's very easy. You just go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions, and we may let you in. It's my favorite place on the net. All right, let's kick it off. Oh, you know what? There's some posts about you, Dawson. They were great. Let's see here. Okay, Mike Costanzo.
Mike's cool.
Sounds cool. He says, just want to give a huge thank you to Jordan Anderson for setting up the Los Angeles experience in DeKalb, Illinois. Great music, great company, and great times. It was incredible. Well done. Cannot wait for next time. Woof woof. I'd love that. And then Dawson responded.
Now, let me just preface this.
No, I think I should read it.
You should read it.
You should just read it the way we would on the internet.
And then I'll have you, not preface it, but
Okay.
Explain yourself.
Post it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, explain yourself. All right. So then Dawson responds to Mike. And he agrees. He says, thank you to Jordan Anderson. And also, thank you, Mike, for rolling out. Tell Betsy hi, and if you ever get divorced, give her my number. I run a support group for divorced hot wives. It's my way of giving back.
That was after 6 shots of bourbon, waiting for my flight at Midway. Yeah. And I felt, you know what? Now that I hear that, it's not as bad. I still feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
It was my stupid way of saying that, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I kicked your coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Your wife's
I'm just
hot.
teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people like to hear that. It's true. Congratulations, Mike. All right. Let's see here. Oh, and then someone else posted a picture of you, Doss, and then in it you responded, oh, cool. I cut my own hair. I've never seen the back of it, but it looks like I do it pretty good. I've been cutting my own hair for 6 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
He's brought it up before, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Yeah, it does look good in the back. I've cut my hair a bunch of times. I used to do it all the time in high school to save money. And then I did it after that because I thought like every haircut I got was bad, so I want to be in control of it. And then I look back at those photos, and it's like, dude, you look like you cut your own hair.
I saw those pictures and ran through them, and then, went and did something else. And then I thought for a minute, I'm like, wait a minute. There's a picture of the back of my head. I got to see what that fucking looks like and see if I missed any spots, or I got to get back in there and, do some snips.
Yeah.
No, all good. I looked at it. I'm like, right on, brother.
Do you have like a bib you do in your bathroom, just in the mirror?
No, it all goes in the sink, and then I get it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, and I do it on the sides of my sideburns every once in a while, like the sides, because this stuff gets pretty crazy. I get like wings.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe have you thought about cutting other people's hair, Doss? If you seem like you know what you're doing.
Nah, that's too Too much pressure.
Yeah. Matt, you cut your own hair?
Does it look like I cut my own
I know
hair?
you don't, but have you?
Answer my question, Chris.
It does not. It looks good, and I compliment you day of every time.
I do have somebody lower my ears for me and raise my ears for me.
Who raises your ears for you? God, because my hair grows longer. But have you cut your own hair? Did you used to?
No.
Was there a period?
No.
What about you, Gary?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Chris?
Might have just been me and Dawson.
Yeah, I think it was just you
Doss
guys.
is still in his.
Kalen? Well, maybe Kalen.
Kalen might.
Kalen probably
Seems
has.
like Kalen has.
Let's be
Willing to
honest.
bet Kalen has.
Yeah. I think so, too. All right, let's see here. Joe Urbanek. Oh, he had an announcement. He says, it's possible I just missed a post if someone had it, but our Facebook group, Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC, had its 1-year anniversary a few days ago.
Wow, great job, you guys.
Yeah.
We reached
Congratulations.
1,000 people in under a year.
Yeah, we have over 1,000 people in the group now.
That is
Isn't that wild?
amazing.
Look at us.
Thank you, guys.
Our community. Our
growing,
army,
baby.
Our army. Wait till we get them to do our bidding. Oh, we're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
is it?
I don't remember.
And it's Watercooler.
So yeah, that's great, and the Facebook group is awesome. So glad you were able to
Keep
spot
it up,
that
people.
show. And keep it up. Keep posting. keep
posting
mixing
nice
it up.
things to each other too, please.
It's very pleasant.
It's been a very nice community.
I think it's pretty apparent like what the guidelines are and like what everyone wants to talk about and like converse about. Just keep it to that, and we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. MJ Hess Vera. That's not a nickname. That's the actual name. He created a poll, or she.
I heard that's the guy that wrote "He's All That" secretly.
Could be. All these pen names.
There are initials at the beginning of that, right?
Well, yeah. So M. Night writes, soon I will be stuck at home for at least a month.
Oh, I saw this one.
I'm looking for a show to binge that I haven't seen during that time. I figured I'd ask the Bobos for a recommendation. And you want to hear the poll?
I do, but I've kind of seen it before, and my problem before you even read it, while I appreciate everybody adding their own choice, isn't the point of a poll to be like you have to vote on these things? Because this one got out of control.
Right.
There's like 500 options.
So that was the question that I had was by the time I saw this, it was completely out of control. Did he, Chris, and you may not know this.
I don't.
Okay. Well, I'd love to know if he was the one to author some of the options.
I
could
hope
check.
so. But okay, let's say
I looked. He did some of them. Other people did other ones.
okay. Well, let's do this then because we don't exactly know what he came up with, but let's just say he's an alien. He
Yeah.
just got his first CV and he has to be home for a month. What does he binge?
Right.
What do you think it should be? I mean, do you want to hear these or do you want?
Yeah,
to
let's hear those.
First place, Breaking Bad.
It's a pretty solid choice.
But kind of by a mile too. Everyone wanted him to binge Breaking Bad. Solid choice, easy
But
to
we
watch.
don't know. The
Great
problem
story.
with this too is he didn't tell us what shows he's seen.
Exactly. That's why he's an alien.
I wanted a list of 500 scenes that shows that he's seen, and then we had to pick from the rest.
I think we're glancing over the fact that we have an alien who listens to this
You know
show.
what? I am completely missing that.
All right.
You're right.
I'm going to
It's-
read off the ones that he or she put.
Well, it's an alien. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So the alien is listing The Sopranos, The Wire, Game of Thrones, The Shield, and that's it. Everyone else added random shit.
All other 400 other choices.
I'll go in for you on The Shield. Watch The Shield.
Go for The Shield.
I've never seen a TV show that starts and ends as good as The Shield.
The Wire. I love The Shield. Okay, I love The Shield. The Shield is one of the greatest shows. Here's the difference. If you want something that aired on television back when television was a thing and that was constrained by the FCC, The Shield is the answer. But if you want something that was on HBO, The Wire is almost an equally good show that is just completely different. Mm-hmm. What would you agree with that, Matt?
I would say that The Wire is a lot more realistic and more slower paced. So if you are really looking for something really dense with a lot of very real things, then The Wire is the way to go. I prefer the show where every episode doors are getting kicked down, people are being interrogated and having their faces burned, and gangsters murdering each other. And it's not as realistic, but it's a lot more fun. And there's just as much content. There's 7 seasons.
There's a
of
lot
it.
more content, actually.
Yeah, that's true because each season's way longer.
Yeah.
So that one, it goes in some very dark places. And you said that it was constrained by the FCC. And while that is true, that show, it put things on it that first time I saw it, I was like, I cannot believe they put that on TV because that was fucked up.
I got away with it.
I will agree. They pushed the absolute limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Michael Chiklis.
Chris, what's your recommendation out of
Well,
those?
I would just say Sopranos because I just did that and I had a blast watching it all. So
I also recently watched Sopranos for the first time.
Yeah.
And I loved it too.
yeah, so
But-
but I haven't seen The Shield, so I can't attest to that. Or I've never seen The Wire either.
I think we can all agree that she should not watch, or he should not watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you can pass on that.
Passing Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad's great. A lot of people did, and I'm surprised this is one category, but Office and Parks and Rec.
That's not one category, but those are good if you want a comedy. Those are great. There was a million great
Easy to watch.
suggestions
Yeah.
in this list.
All right,
West Wing.
West Wing. So there, I'm too. I don't want to get on The Wire because everybody says, "Dude, it's really great. Once you get past that first season, it's awesome." And it's like, well, then I don't want to do it. I don't
first
want to have
season's
to
good.
try to get past the first season.
It's not the first season, but it is legitimately like the first 6 or 7 episodes are pretty freaking slow.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
But don't worry, in season 2, it cast completely resets. It's a brand new storyline. You've got 6 more episodes
And you-
where not a whole lot fucking happens either.
And you don't recognize anyone.
Yeah.
But once you
like-
get past that second season,
like,
Ben
dude,
is fucking lit, bro.
you gotta, dude, you gotta come to my pool party. It's awesome. You just gotta climb this mountain first.
Yeah.
To get up there, it's like I don't know if I want to do
And
that.
I don't want to spoil too much, but in The Shield, in the opening episode, a cop shoots another cop in the fucking face, and that's the beginning of the show. So you choose which
I like
path
that.
you want to take.
Yeah, I'll choose
It's pretty fucking gnarly. It's pretty fucking gnarly. You're like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, I'm actually probably going to check out The Shield next. Let's see here. Tim Blankenship writes, "Hey Chris." Oh, sorry. Hey
Chris!
And then he posted a meme. And the meme was, "Out of all the movies I've seen, this is the scene that fucked me up for life." And it was a still of the motherfucking alien from Science at the kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
Where the camera just catches it. I still think about that scene all the time. M. Night, you genius.
What if that was the alien who was just asking us for a television show recommendation?
Yeah.
What would you still recommend the same thing?
I think after he watches The Shield, his view of law enforcement on Earth is not going to be very good.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what, Matt? I think there might be a few episodes where he's going to have to read the wiki.
Yeah, that's true.
I will. And I think we've been talking a lot M. Night lately.
Sure.
Can we get him on the show? How do we get him on this podcast? That'd be pretty awesome. Let's reach out. If anybody here,
Why don't we have him do a ghost appearance?
Yeah, go. Let's get Arlie Fleming Jr.
Let's
Yeah.
get
on. All right. Let's see here. Mike. Oh, I already read Mike's. Jeffrey Lee says, "Okay, now I need to try to find a pub that serves a Fernet and Coke." Yes,
Why,
you
so
do.
can get
Try
some
it.
weird coin and make that a part of
Or
your
just
life.
go to the
Get
bar
out of here.
and just ask for the bartender's handshake. Give him a wink. you know?
Right.
That's a Fernet. All right.
Don't be surprised.
If you
So
wink at a
embarrassed. That would
random
be
guy
so
and say,
embarrassing.
"Give me the bartender's handshake," you are going
God.
to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Chris, this is the worst fucking advice I've
I
ever
don't
heard.
think so. It's just,
Don't do it,
People
Chris.
know. Yeah, just go to the bartender, take one bartender's handshake, and just give him a wink. Then you know that you're in.
And say wink when you wink.
Yeah, I'll have a bartender's handshake. Wink.
Wink.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Air-
creepy.
Is it? Yes. Eric Lepore. He just wants to know better character between these two. Better TV character because he's torn. Michael Scott or Phil Dunphy. Michael Scott won by a mile. I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Too bad it's a knockoff of another character from a British TV show.
it's true.
Matt, you use this memes all the time. How dare you? Do you watch The Office or Modern Family? Do you watch what comedy?
Oh, I've seen The Office 13 times through.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen an episode of Modern Family.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's the same with me. Michael Scott's probably one of my, if not my favorite TV character.
The same with you. You've seen just an episode or two of Modern Family?
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys should do some deep diving on Modern Family, too.
Yeah,
Phil
Modern
Dunphy's
Family's a
effing
fucking great
hilarious.
show.
Yeah, I
I'm-
will. I don't see why I wouldn't like it.
No,
It's
you would-
it's the show where everybody who has the same taste as me or recommends things to me that I love, they always say watch Modern Family. It's just I haven't gone around to it yet.
You got to get past the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. And then we have one more comment here. Trisha Zimmer. She says, speaking of strong aromas on a flight, I once sat next to a lady on a flight who opened a can of tuna fish
No.
and just ate it straight from the can.
That's awful.
I don't like that.
That's ballsy.
That's terrible.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that either. So, anyway, those were our comments. Thanks, and sorry you had to sit next to that. Thank you to everybody for writing in. All right, speaking of food, let's just do some Shay.
Sure.
Let's do some Shay. Let me just.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
Oh, we're all so excited. It's been too long. Here we go.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
What's on the menu?
All right, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I want to talk to you guys about today, and I want to talk to you guys about Whole Foods. And I'm not talking about the grocery chain.
Oh, damn it.
I'm talking about foods with a hole in them.
Awesome.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. I have to ask.
You already did. You asked me what's on the menu.
If it's just, does it have to be a food with a naturally occurring hole?
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's see. I'm curious what
It
qualifies
begs
here.
the question.
Well,
I got some ideas.
First of all,
I think you broke Chris.
I have a few.
Oh.
Son of a bitch. Matt, the other day I emailed Matt and I'm like, hey, because Matt books all of our flights. I'm like, hey, what does my Minneapolis flight look like? And he sent me a picture of a plane. This is what I deal
That's
with.
wonderful. Oh, that's so good.
That's fantastic.
I was pretty proud of that one.
You guys should write for Modern Family.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, so here's what I realized, and I'm sure you guys know this. Some holes are good, some holes are bad.
Okay.
Write that down.
First,
Dropping some null.
the good holes.
Right.
We got bagels.
Okay.
We got donuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which up until recently only existed as whole food, but now there's bars. You know,
Yeah.
there's different shapes. So some donuts. We'll say some donuts.
Okay.
Pretzels.
Yeah.
Sure.
Three
Pretzels more
holes on
like
that
three
one.
holes.
Pretzels. That one's
Pretzels.
impressive.
Yeah, it's like a loop food, but yeah.
Loop food. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, let's not get out of control, Chris.
Sorry, guys. That was a reach.
Cannoli is a loop food.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up because I did write down
also could be.
certain pastas.
Yeah.
Certain pastas.
Rigatoni.
Yep, definitely a whole food.
Yeah.
And here's what I've learned.
What?
The structure of the
learning a
whole
lot.
is really, it's good for
Bene.
several reasons. And really, if you're going to be... Gary, stop it.
Where are you when this shit occurs to you?
Dude,
and you're
mac
like,
and
I've
cheese
got
is
it.
a whole food, but is it a good whole food?
I would say it's absolutely a good whole
Well, it
food.
could be still a good food, but maybe not a good whole food.
Tonight I'm
pretty good
good
whole
whole
food.
food.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Tonight I'm going
Wait till I
home.
get to the bad whole
Yeah.
food. Believe me, you're going to know the difference.
I'm telling Jen I'm on a Whole Foods diet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So again, certain pastas, certain cereals. You mentioned Fruit
Cheerios.
Loops. You know, you got Cheerios. Certain candies, the Lifesaver, or I thought about this, the candy necklace, right, which has lots of candies with lots of little holes in it. And again, here's the deal: you want a hole for a couple different reasons. One,
I could think of a few.
transportation. That's why the bagel has a hole to begin with, because they used to be like looped on a string or like displayed on a rod. All right. So you want to have the hole if you're planning to transport your food a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You know, food transportation, that obvious.
Yeah,
Speed
transporting
bump.
food. That's why they've holes.
Now, the other reason, you get more surface area.
Someone gave me a bagel that didn't have a hole. I couldn't move it.
Well, if it doesn't have a hole in it, it's no longer a bagel.
Yeah.
It's just a roll at that point.
Just roll.
But, for example, waffle fries, probably the best fry. Lots of holes in those.
Yeah.
Again, it's for surface area.
It
So that's
increases
another,
the surface area. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's another reason why
You
you
get
want to
more
have
sauce
holes.
and condiments on them.
That's right. Yeah.
More holes per capita.
Right. And
Yeah.
then the third reason is that they're just fun. Holes are fun, right?
Yeah.
We like to take, for example, olives. I'm not a fan of olives,
Yeah,
but
they
you
got
pop out the
olive fingers.
pimento,
Yeah.
you got yourself some whole food right there, baby.
That's great whole food.
Olives,
sure.
olives are definitely whole food. What about
Yeah.
a chicken? A chicken has 2 holes in it, one at
Wait,
each
what?
end.
Hold on.
A whole
No.
chicken has a
Don't
hole in it.
disgrace
Dawson,
whole
you don't,
food.
No,
you don't
no.
look
So
right
it's not,
into the camera.
It's not a whole food.
Do you,
Okay, that's
Wait,
why. That's
so
why,
olives count
that's
as whole
why
foods?
I
I think
do this.
so.
so
Without
do-
the pimento.
Do bugles count as whole snacks? Because you.
Those are cones,
Those are-
right?
Yeah, those I
Yes.
guess those are cones,
Those
but
are
there's a
more
big
cones.
hole in
But
the
it is a
top.
hole.
Yeah,
Like
there is
when
a
you
hole
dig
in
a
it.
hole in the ground, you don't dig through
I don't mean
the
to get.
hole.
I don't mean to get
Yeah, no,
technical
it's a good
here.
So
question.
waffles could be whole food.
Yeah, see, that's where it started to get crazy. I started
Yeah.
thinking about like a hollow chocolate Easter bunny.
Waffles
But
crater
a
food.
chicken that has 2 holes in it, one at the neck and one at the other end.
Yeah, but you don't eat like a just deep fried bird with
Sure
both
you
holes
do.
in it.
I don't think olives are whole foods because I think holes need an in and an out.
If they do have an out, it's just a little X.
Yeah. I don't know. I think But I mean, look, this is Matt's segment. He could call whatever he wants his whole food. But I do like the idea of the waffle fries because they have the sauce and like penne and rigatoni. Like because whole sauce.
Sauce, yeah.
It's really good. It's the best way to I think to get sauce.
I love whole sauce.
All right, let me tell you guys about some bad holes.
Okay.
First of all, probably the worst hole of all, bread loaf. When you slice into a loaf of bread and then you realize there's a giant hole in the middle of it, so half of the slices in your loaf, you can't even use them because they have a fucking hole in them.
But great for transporting.
If you need to transport it, yes, that's true.
In that hole.
Yeah, that's true. All right, here's another one. This might be a little controversial. Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I love Swiss cheese.
People were talking about the grills earlier. If you have holes in the cheese, you don't get to cover the entire patty with cheese. I end up taking another piece of Swiss cheese and tearing it up to like fill those holes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Swiss cheese is a natural hole.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but you also get edges that get cut off where you don't get the whole hole.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Good point, Gary.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, you gotta fill in the holes.
And another kind of bad hole, and this is quite ironic actually, donut holes.
Why?
Which we all know are not actually holes.
They're not holes.
They're just
No.
balls.
Well, aren't they the holes of the donuts?
No, they
if
are
you
the
look
balls
at the
of the
structure of a
donuts.
donut, the hole is the part that doesn't have donut in it. So to say that the hole of the donut is a bunch of donut is the most absurd
So
thing I've
you're
ever heard.
saying
That
if
does
I
make
took a
sense.
donut hole and got a circular donut and I put that donut hole into the donut's hole,
Yep.
Fill
it
the
wouldn't
hole.
fit perfectly?
Correct.
That's absolutely correct.
Absolutely.
It's
Wow.
usually they're made
Because
from like
every
leftover donut bits.
Yeah, donuts are like snowflakes. They're all different.
Oh.
Right. Which brings us to what I think it was an inevitability, Matt, and I hope I'm not stepping on you, but we need to discuss the penis of these holes.
Excuse me?
What is pea hole? You know?
What's peak hole? There we go.
Yeah.
Peak hole.
Well, for me, it's bagel. Again, it's the one thing that if it was not a whole food, it would cease to be anything at all.
What's your
like a
ideal
donut-
bagel? What's on it?
I loved an onion bagel, but I'm totally fine with an everything bagel.
Yeah, but what's
Blueberry bagel.
on the bagel?
You put cream
Cream
cheese,
cheese.
lox,
Just cream cheese.
Yeah,
PB&J.
just cream cheese. Although I will say on Christmas to be special, we do cream cheese, a little bit of Swiss cheese, and then a little
Whoa.
piece of tomato.
Interesting.
You got to fill in the piece of the Swiss cheese, though.
Right. 'Cause you don't want those holes.
All right, now I've
Putting
got one
holes
more.
on whole food?
Got one more section to get to, if that's okay.
I hope
just
this
okay
never
holes.
ends.
So do I. This isn't a multi-part segment?
Well, it could be if I needed to break it up into two parts, but I feel like we're getting there.
I'm just saying, let's do another one next week. But go on.
Allow me to finish.
I do a whole one on chicken.
As I was looking at Whole Foods, I realized there's a paradox, and that is ring food. Because at first I wanted to call something like an onion ring or calamari.
Oh.
I like to think that is ring food. But is it whole food or is it ring food?
Well, I think I think whole food and ring food are the same thing because I could see a bagel being ring food.
Still whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the real difference between a pretzel
It's just the
and
size of
an
the hole?
onion ring? If a pretzel can be a whole food, so can an onion ring.
That's true.
So the thesis of this is a hole's a hole.
But a ring can also be a hole.
Well, no, it's not a hole's a hole because if a hole's a hole, a chicken is a whole food.
Stop saying hole.
I want to show you this is
sure
the
about
paradox.
something.
Sorry, I mentioned paradox. This is the paradox I came up with.
The whole food paradox.
The whole food paradox. The pineapple ring
Yeah.
is actually a hole.
It is.
It's
a
not
whole food.
naturally occurring in ring form, and yet we call it a pineapple ring, but you have to cut a hole out of it.
But then we slice it into rings after you cut the hole, right?
No, you just slice it into slices, and then you'll still have the core. So you gotta cut the center out.
If I can
thought-
cut a hole in something, anything can become a whole food.
A pineapple ring, I'm just saying specifically, is something that people eat.
Do you guys
and yet
keep
it is
the
not.
rings?
It should be called a pineapple hole.
I like eating that middle of the. I could eat the core of a pineapple. I don't
Yeah.
mind it at all. Yeah, you guys dodge it.
I don't know.
The middle of a pineapple.
I've never had the
In
opportunity
general-
to eat the middle of a pineapple.
How have you not? Have you ever had a pineapple? Have you sliced one?
I guess not. I guess I've never eaten
Dude.
a pineapple.
We gotta give you a pineapple, dude. You gotta put, there's a lot I'm finding out today.
I'm still doing a lot of research.
Hole research.
A lot of hole research, a lot of ring research.
I got some sites for you.
One last thing to bring up, which is the ring, is it practical? is it really useful? I think generally, again, especially if we're talking about transportation, it's extremely useful. But I was thinking about the onion ring in particular. When you want to dip an onion ring, you have to squish it. It loses its ring shape because it's too wide to fit into the dipper.
Right.
So
No, you
So you have to.
you can just bite out a little part.
There are different
You
ways.
could do that,
But
too.
I'd say with Matt likes to fold it in so more surface area gets.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the onion ring hole is too big for whole sauce. So you're not just going to get like a thin layer of sauce in the hole.
right.
Well, you wouldn't want to just partly sauce the hole.
So in order to get, so you can't get whole sauce, so you got to fold the ring and get meat sauce or whatever. I don't know what it is. Like
Could be meat sauce.
Yeah.
You gotta get a chunky dip.
That's right. Well, again, I'll try to report back with more. But for now,
Please do.
that's what's on the menu.
Yes. Maybe my favorite Chez Fond du Lait yet, and just really opened up a lot of possibilities. The Jelly Doughnut, Whole Food?
No.
But how did
there's
they
a hole in
they
it
put the
filled
hole
with
in there
jelly.
to fill the jelly. You have to poke a
seal
hole
it
in.
up.
So
Yeah, the hole does not exist. It's filled with something.
But okay.
But it's.
You asked and I
It was-
answered.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The
I get
hole
it.
was stopped up with whole sauce.
I accept the answer. I don't like it, but I accept it.
I don't like it either, Chris.
But I've learned so much. So thank you again, Matt. I would play the outro, but just a reminder. you
Just
only
like
get-
Kayla.
Patreon, baby.
Just like Kaylin.
just like
It's only for Patreon.
you can only get it at the
no.
Patreon. But
It's worth it to hear Kalen.
I think so. And
He's going to be flicking some stuff soon. Also, I thought about this. We've got that guy who's been testing out the bean scale and like trying to create an AI that will react
David
to it.
Hunley, yes.
I think we have enough options now. I think we need to find a way to actually put it to the test. Can it predict what Kalen will flick?
It cannot.
I mean, maybe it can.
well, he has. Do you want to try it now? I don't think he has all his data
Well,
yet.
I mean, we have to talk to Kalen about it next time he's here, but I feel like we should get a couple things that he could consider to flick. We can run it through the AI software, not tell Kalen what the result is, and then he'll flick it and we'll see if it matches.
that's the only way you can predict it, or you can test its accuracy.
That's right.
Yes.
I mean, that is the end game for sure, but I don't know. I want to talk to Hunley and see if he feels it's ready, because I don't want to prematurely.
You got to put it up on its feet. You know what I mean? You got to do a dress rehearsal.
I hear you.
Got to get the lighting, the sound guy. You got to get all the cues ready for opening night.
It's called the Turing test. I got you.
Man, when you write your scripts or compose a tweet, do you let people see it halfway, or do you want it to be done first?
Yeah. Did you give me a preview of Whole Foods? No. You waited until it was a glorious piece of art, and then you presented it to us.
I put my hand over the post-it if anyone walks by.
Sell that post-it as a NFT or something. That's pretty incredible.
That's how the people make
I'm
money
gonna be
now.
I'm going to be thinking about Whole Foods for a while. I would
Yeah, let me
suggest
know what comes to your mind.
everybody listen. Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, we should. And Caitlin, I'm sure, has some comments about Whole Foods.
Send pictures of your Whole Foods to Los Angeles.
At Los Angeles, yes. All right. Well, that was incredible. I'm so happy. All right. Well, and I think that'll do it for today's episode of Watercooler. And just a reminder, we just recently did a commentary over Air Force One on our Patreon, so everybody check that out. And then we're also doing stuff like meetups and things like that. There are a lot of cool tiers, so
We're doing a meetup after this.
We are, but I shouldn't plug it now because by the time people hear this, the meetup had already happened, and it was awesome.
Yeah, there'll be another one.
Yeah. Oh, and we've been talking about this on Patreon, but we never really brought it on this show, on this version yet. And I should put it out there. We're thinking of doing a Vegas meetup. So if anybody has interest, Matt is tallying up all the people that are interested in a Vegas meetup. And
Yeah, we're up to like 12 so far.
Well, that's just...
Or no, 13. We got to 13 people.
We're in double digs. So I think that if anybody's interested, let us know and be serious, because we really want this to be worth everyone's while. And we'd love to do it. So let us know if you're interested in doing a Vegas meetup sometime, and maybe we'll set something up. I think that'd be super fun.
It would be amazing.
Yeah. All right. Let's get our plugs in now. And GTFO, I will start with Mr. Gary Smith.
Check out Reasonable Doubt and Beyond Reasonable Doubt 3 times a week these days. Subscribe to the YouTube at youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt Podcast.
All right, and Gary's on them a lot, and he's been killing it. So yeah, definitely check out Reasonable Doubt and their two like mini shows throughout the week, the quickies, Beyond Reasonable Doubt. So you got enough content all week. Matt, how about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier. You can hear me on another show called Sword and Scale Rewind. It's an after show for a very popular true crime show called Sword and Scale. So if you want to creep yourself out, getting closer to Halloween, starting to get to creepy season, check out Sword and Scale, listen to the after show, or just subscribe to the after show. Just to give me that credit. That'd be sweet.
Yes.
There you go.
And
And Watercooler. patreon.com/watercooler.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that too. And as I said, very proud that Matt's even doing a sword and scale thing. I apologize. I think I burped during your plug, but I did it with my mouth closed, so if it was audible,
I didn't hear anything.
Sorry about that. And I didn't think I burped. I definitely burped. Doss, how about you?
It was audible.
Got a bunch of shows coming up with my band. It's going to be a busy September. This Saturday, we're at LA Ale Works in Hawthorne. Then Wednesday night, we're at the Mint for our album release party, the Mint in West LA. Santa Barbara on September 16th at Soho. And then out in Tarzana at Maui Sugar Mill on September 30th.
Look at that.
And you can follow me at Los Angeles and at The Smokin' Kills for all those dates. We're calling it another Southern California tour.
Yeah. And you have a song with that name already.
I do. That's why I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
No, that's why we're
tied it together. I love that, man. Look at Dawson, just playing all over. So everybody, check them out live. They are a killer band live. So make sure to show them your support and get on out there and bark at them. And as for me, I'm playing shows. I'm going to be at Tantalum, I guess tonight as you hear, this Wednesday, from like 6:30 to 9:30. So come out to that. And then I'm also playing at Wilmore Wine Bar in Long Beach the 18th of September, Saturday night. So there you go. So nice. I'm playing some gigs as well. So come check out some live music. We love doing it. And of course, the Patreon page, patreon.com/watercooler. All right, that'll do it for today's episode. We want to thank everybody again for being a part of the show and hanging out, and we will see you later. We love you. Goodbye.